How do you break the cycle of depression and feeling like a complete failure within society? I'll give you some prime examples that will highlight what you can do while acknowledging it to help you out of that situation, that mental health state, that unhealthy mental state. See the positive in your surroundings. Now, if you constantly focus on whatever is negative, how will you ever have the opportunity to see the positive? The positive has way more value than the negative. The positive should outsmart and outweigh the negative. The moment you shift your focus and your direction and your concentration, you will have a complete different end result that is positive and will affect your life positively. But you have to be willing to do so. If you're not willing to do so, how can you succeed? Challenge your beliefs and thoughts. Now, sometimes if we're in our mental state, we should dare to challenge our beliefs and thoughts. What does that mean? That means that everything we're telling ourselves or trying to convince ourselves on a daily, is it true? Is it facts? Is it something that we should hold on to? Or is it just BS? Is it just something completely has no relevancy and has no benefit for us to implement, to think, or to live accordingly by? Challenge yourself daily. If it's not beneficial, scratch it completely. Minimalize companionship. Now, I've mentioned that companionship, because of social media, is a 24/7 issue. The younger the generation, the more problematic, but it's not unsolvable. You do not have to shut down any type of social media app. You don't have to be antisocial to solve this problem. The thing is that there is no need to compare yourself every day with other people, because what they're showing isn't actual reality, and what you're living is reality, and your reality is unique because you're a separate, unique individual that should be cherished and respected for whatever they bring to the table. The moment you realize that is the moment you can break that cycle of negativity. And now we've got self-companionship, self-compassion, self-love, self-appreciation. So a lot of people like to understand that a healthy life feeds off self-love, self-acceptance, self-respect. Many people can't do that for themselves while they're among themselves, only with oneself. They can't do that in a relationship, they can't do that with family, they can't do that to themselves because they don't know how. I personally don't think people should be ashamed for that. There is nothing wrong. The younger you are, the harder it is to realize. The older you become, the more it makes sense. That's a part of life. You gotta understand that self-love, self-respect, self-acceptance, these things take time, takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of work. It doesn't happen overnight. Don't feel ashamed, don't feel discouraged. Listen closely. The moment you are in life and you feel that people do not acknowledge you for your gifts, your talents, and your unique personality, the moment people can't show you love because they don't know you, the moment people can't respect you because you haven't shown them respect accordingly, these things can be overridden instantly the moment you have self-realization, self-aware, being mindful about whatever makes you you. Taking the time takes a lot of effort. Not taking the time will lead you to what you don't want to be in. So try to do the opposite. Be aware of who you are. Express yourself fully. People will eventually come around, but it takes time. Give people the time and opportunity like you give yourself the time and opportunity. Give people the space and the love like you would like to be loved and given the space too. If you do not do these things, you cannot expect it from your surroundings. That's where problems arise with younger generations. They have a need for something, but they will not bestow it upon others. So if you do not share this with other people, how can it come back to you? It's like the reflection in a mirror. That's how it works. The last one is understanding your failures as not being the end of the world. It's not the end of life. It's not the end of whatever you're into. If you fail in life, or you fail in a portion, a fragment of life, it doesn't mean that you fail completely and it's game over. That mindset is an unhealthy, toxic mindset. You should step out of it. I advise you, with all respect, all love and kindness to step out of it. If you don't take the time to step out of it, it will consume you completely. And it would make you a bitterful, spiteful, negative, hateful, resentful person. People will not like that. People will treat you accordingly. That's not what you want. If you fail at something, whether it's school, a job, whether it's doing something for another person or yourself, don't be too hard, too harsh upon yourself. Try to understand that mistakes are equally as success a part of life, and going through that will define life in a way that gives life more value. And the more value you can get out of life, the more satisfied you will be. But you gotta balance things out of having the negative and the positive all on one line. Not distinguishing and saying one is better than another, understanding that both equally are essential to your full development.